or welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy. I'm 22 years old and I'm about to start my very first contract with Disney Cruise Line. By the time this video goes out, I will have a week until I leave, which is just absolutely insane to say because when I found out I was starting this job, it was 9 weeks ago. I had 9 weeks to go before I was leaving, and now that we're at the 1 week mark, it feels very, very surreal. Obviously before I leave I need to prepare everything and get ready to pack, so that's what we're going to be doing today. I have 2 suitcases that I can take with me. Both I believe have to be 23 kilograms, so I need to double check everything before I go. But you're going to join me as we pack everything away and get everything sorted for my trip. Today we're just going to go through everything, show you what I'm packing, show you what I'm taking with me. I also have my packing list and everything in front of me here. I've just moved myself over to the side, and what I'll do is kind of put like my packing list and everything here for you to see so you can follow along in case for any reason you're planning on going away for a long trip. As for the luggage that I'm taking with me, I have 2 suitcases. I decided to go for a bigger and a smaller one in the same style, so I went for these ones here. This is the suitcase I decided to go with. I have 2 of these. One is smaller than the other, but it's the same style. And if I can find the link to it, I'll leave it down below in case you are interested in it, but it is by the brand Luggage. I've also just attached this wee luggage tag on top. But I have 2 of these. This one cost me £50, the smaller one cost me £40. I believe that this is referred to as a large and the other one's just the medium size, so it kind of works out not too bad. So there's 2 of them in here, and at least that way when I'm in my room I can put the smaller one inside this one, and that just makes everything 10 times easier for us all. So that is his luggage that I'm taking with me. I also have a carry-on bag as well. As for carry-on, I have this backpack here. This is from, I can't remember the brand now, Hot Tuna, which is very strange, but I used this bag for a trip to London. My gran had one basically the exact same as this, and I used it for London, and it was the best bag ever. So my gran very kindly got me this as well, and Papa, for going away. So they got me this bag, and there's so much space in here, and I've been kind of shoving everything that I think I might need in here, so we can go through that in more detail. But this is a carry-on bag that I'll be taking with me, so that gives me like 3 piles of luggage basically. Something that I really do find beneficial no matter where I go is kind of having a look at kind of what the weather's going to be like, so taking a list of what places you're going to, what the weather's going to be like roughly, so you can kind of get a gauge and an idea of kind of what things you're going to need, whether it's going to be like long trousers and jumpers or shorts and like tank tops. So I have looked obviously into the weather, the places that I'm going, to kind of give myself an idea of what I need to take with me. Usually obviously if you're only going away on a holiday you would only need for the month that you're going, but obviously I've added in the couple of months that I'm going to be away for, just so I kind of know roughly what it's like, and then each slash obviously stands for May, June, July. So that's personally how I just prefer to kind of keep track of everything, and that's helped me kind of look at what I need to be taking with me. All of these obviously are in degrees Celsius because that's how we do it in Scotland here. Right, so we're just going to start going through. I have everything kind of broken up into categories, and what I'll do is just put a wee picture of the kind of packing list here so you can have a wee look over it. I just use a standard notes app. I use it on my laptop, so if I'm looking down here a lot, that's what I'm looking at. For looking at tech stuff, we have gadgets, and they are split into different categories such as tech, cable media and camera equipment. We have my tech, so basically my phone, my laptop. I do have my iPad written down here, but the more that I think about it, I don't think I'm going to end up taking that with me. So we have my headphones, earphones and my watch. Cable media, we're looking at basically all the chargers and all the cables for that kind of stuff. So phone charger, laptop charger, portable charger, camera charger, my adapter, my American adapter, which I think I'm just going to take my universal one, as well as my watch charger. That's all kind of stuff that I need to remember. And the usual kind of camera equipment, so SD cards, camera cable, hard drive, and then the actual camera itself. I do have camera and digital camera written down here, but I'm just going to basically take 2 of my Canon cameras, which is this one that I film on, and I have another one as well that I use. Jumping on next to the health section, that is basically just kind of split into again more categories. So we have medication, plasters and others. So for medication, that is basically your standard paracetamol, ibuprofen. We have antihistamines, Imodium, anti-sickness, headache relief, Feminax. I do have really bad period cramps sometimes, so Feminax is always a good thing to have. Then we obviously have plasters, so any blister plasters, antiseptic cream, and then we have some other stuff which is basically bug spray, after sun, sun cream, anti-chafing gel, tweezers, and then just basically your feminine hygiene products as well. Looking at toiletries, toiletries is something that I found actually really difficult to figure out what I need for going away, Because I'm away for 4.5 months, I obviously don't want to have to take 4.5 months worth of stuff. We kind of managed to whittle it down into kind of a few things. We've got like your typical body wash, body scrub, some body butter, a loofah, I need shaving gel, my razors, and then like the blades that come in my razor. I use the kind of reusable ones so I can kind of keep reusing it, which is handy. Obviously body spray, deodorant, perfume. We have obviously our hair products, so shampoo, conditioners, dry shampoo, heat protectant, fish control. And then obviously your other stuff is just basically toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash. I do have my tattoo bum. I've just recently got tattoos, so I would take that with me just to keep on top of it. Makeup, there's so much makeup that I could go through probably with you just now. You know, you've got all my concealers, foundation, bronzers, highlighters, everything there, all my skincare and everything as well that I've got, and then kind of split it into different things. And then kind of I've got mascara, lashes. My plan is to take a box that has a few different lashes in it, and I can just reuse them. Going into hair, I actually need to buy baubles. I need to add that to my to-do list. Everything else we pretty much have, so hairbrush, hair straighteners, curbies, my heatless curler. I have jewellery, my bags. I need to kind of work out again what bags I want to take. My purse and everything is currently at my grandparents' house. And then we have stationery as well, so trying to work out what station I want to take with me. I have some other bits as well, such as my water bottle and a carabiner clip. I think I have 2 carabiner clips, but they're not really that much of a necessity, and if I need to buy them I can buy them, so it's not that big of a deal. Then looking at homeware, again this isn't something that you really necessarily need, but I quite like to make my room a bit more homely, and I have that idea of having my cabin as this homely environment, so I definitely want to do that. My kind of room supplies are magnetic hooks, my wall clips, these shelves, the wee bed organiser, you put it over the edge and it works. Then kind of some home comfort, so there's fairy lights, door magnets, slippers, fluffy socks, some photos, and then we just have my glasses case, and my blue light glasses. Looking at clothes, now this is something that has changed quite a lot, so there's probably a lot of this that isn't going to be the case anymore. Looking into things, I wrote that out quite a while ago, so there's probably some stuff that I've found that I've bought that I would just prefer to use now. So we're looking at swimwear. I think I want to take 3 swimsuits with me. It might seem like a bit of an extreme, but I'm in California for 4 days, and 2 of those days I have like training in the ocean, so I'm going to need a swimsuit for that. So I thought if I take 3 swimsuits with me, that kind of covers me for all kind of options. Sports stuff, I want to get some new sports bras, which I actually need to go buy, but I have sports leggings already. I've got the shorts, I've got my black and pink ones that I'll take, and then my trainers, which I'll take on the plane with me, so don't need to pack them. Jackets, there were so many jackets that I was thinking about taking, but I just personally don't feel the need anymore. So I think for jackets, I'm just going to take the zip up hoodie that I've got, a waterproof jacket, then I've got this kind of like thicker like fabric jacket that I'll take if it's maybe a cold one night. I could wear that. Trousers, now I only actually have 3 pairs of trousers on this list, but I have so many trousers that I plan to take with me now. I've got my leopard print ones, my black ribbed ones, my flares, my other flares, and like some leopard print ones and red ones. So I've got quite a lot of trousers now that I can take away with me. Same with shorts. These shorts, I just personally don't need this many shorts anymore. I've got my black and my pink pair and a jean. I think that will be me. I don't really want to take any more. Tops, I definitely have more tops now than when I wrote this out, so I've got 2 Disney tops with me that I'll take kind of more for lounging about, and I am in California for 4 days and I want to go to Disney, so wear them for Disney. I then have just some kind of plain basic cotton tops. I've got a couple that have got prints on them, which if you have seen my try on haul, you'll have probably seen a majority of them. My pyjamas, I'm thinking about taking 3 sets of pyjamas, so I've kind of got my navy long sleeved ones, Mickey pyjamas as well, I'll take them with me probably, and a wee kind of third set also. And then we just have some other things like a belt, water shoes. This does say a lounge set here, but I'm kind of classifying my travel outfit as the lounge set, so it's kind of a 2 for the price of 1. And then looking at my carry-on bags, there's a lot of stuff that I need to put in my carry-on bag, such as obviously boarding pass, passport, like money, dollars, everything like that. So my toiletry bag, so kind of stuff that I want to put in there, so like tissues, wipes, some like we kind of roll on, perfume, deodorant, everything like that, paracetamol, ibuprofen. And then I have my Disney photos, so I basically need all my kind of information, so my contract, medical certificate, notebook, medical receipts, visa receipts. I need to actually print them off. And then my tech bag, which will basically have all my chargers in it, SD cards, camera stuff, and then we have some other stuff as well, which is basically a book, water bottle, headphones and sunglasses. I have just rushed through that so quickly, so if you do not have any idea, feel free to pause. You can have a read of all the wee pictures that I put up there, but there is a lot that needs to get done. Thankfully I have kind of by this point I have made a bit of a head start on things over the course of the past couple of days. looking at this looks like absolute chaos, but I promise it's organised chaos. I find packing for a 3-week holiday or a 2-week holiday stressful enough, let alone packing for 4.5 months. It is very overwhelming. I'm trying to go through stages of it, so kind of over the course of the time just kind of slowly packing things away, but I kind of wanted to get the bulk of it done just today. I'm in the mood to do it. There's a couple of clothes and everything that I still kind of have to buy. I want to kind of get a couple of more like kind of t-shirts, like long sleeve options, because all the tops that I have are like kind of cut off at like the elbows or just above. So I'm going to get a couple of long sleeve options as well, because again, Alaska, so I kind of want to have some options. Right, it's been a short amount of time. Everything I kind of have in packing cube so far is over here. I have packed away into packing cube my travel outfit. This is just like one of those kind of cheaper ones from Primark, so I thought I'll put it in there just now. I'm going to put it in the case anyway. Now this is just another thing to have in my carry-on bag. This is kind of like extra. I'm losing my train of thought now, but this is just a bag of kind of toiletries. I think I have slightly went through this at some point, but this I'll take as a carry-on with me. Everything I need to take needs to be underneath 100 mils, so everything that's in here is underneath that. But I just kind of have a couple of extra, maybe extra deodorant, some skincare stuff, hand sanitizer, wipes, and a couple of things like that. I think I'm going to also add in my kind of tattoo stuff. Now this will always be one of my favourite purchases. I am sure I bought this, and I want to say Sainsbury's to be fair quite a wee while ago, and it just is honestly a lifesaver. It's just a nice wee travel wallet. It keeps everything sorted, so you can have your boarding pass. You've got your passports. My passport's currently sitting in here. Any tickets or anything that you might have. And then you also have currency, so I've put some pounds in that section, and then in the very back I've put my dollars that I have, that I've just put in this wee folder to keep it extra safe. And you have a wee zip bit as well for any coins or anything like that, but that's just quite handy for when you're at the airport, and then that way it keeps everything together. And what I like to do is keep this in this part of the bag, just so it sits in an extra pocket. That way it's safe and secure. It's near the front, that if I need it I can get it. You can also never go wrong with a book, so I'm just going to take one book with me. I have been trying for the longest time to be a bit more of an avid reader, and I've not done very good at it. I've been reading the same book pretty much since July last year, and it is Icebreaker by the same author. So I thought I'll take this one because it's the second book, and I'll read this, and I probably will get through this in 4.5 months. But I definitely need to finish Icebreaker before I go and take this, and before I go away. So I need to finish Icebreaker in the next week, which means I'll be doing a lot of reading. But we can do it. So I'm going to put this in as well, and then that gives me an option of a book to read on the flight. Last but not least, for in here, I'm going to put my kind of stationery stuff in here. I'm not planning on probably putting all of this in, but I'll put my pencil case and everything in here possibly as well. And then finally it is just glasses that we need to put in. So this is probably something that seems a bit extra, but I have my blue light glasses, which I use if I'm ever using like the internet or something like that. It just makes it easier if I'm on a screen. It doesn't make my eyes hurt as much. We then have my actual prescription glasses, and then we have this wee sunglasses case which I got as a gift, and I need to buy a pair of sunglasses, but once I do, these will go in here and they will also go in the bag as well. Right, so inside this little bag I have put all of my tech stuff. So I've got my phone charger, my actual plug for my charger, as well as my hard drive and portable charger. I've got a wee set of earphones in here as well, just in case I'd rather use them. My camera charger, as well as these two batteries for the cameras as well. And then that just leaves my headphones, which inside my headphone case is space for their cables, as well as my camera charger. So inside here will be my two cameras. Obviously I'm filming one just now, but inside here will be my two cameras, and the SD cards and everything that I've got are all in there, so you can just sit in this like that. Now besides for probably the like my laptop and phone and everything, that I think is pretty much everything that I'm taking in my carry-on. And then I thought I'll just attach my travel pillow onto my bag as well. I've also got like a wee kind of lanyard, not lanyard, I'm trying to think of luggage tag that I can put on here. It's not obviously getting checked or anything, but it's a way I can just put a wee extra wee something on it, which I think will be quite cute. So I've got a wee Minnie Mouse one, which I'll put that on there. Right, I'm giving you a quick overview. I've put this suitcase on the ground, but I have everything pretty much packed in here ready. Inside this one I've got a dress and a jumpsuit, kind of like nicer outfits. There's a bag here. This is kind of like home stuff, as well as my makeup bag underneath. That's like makeup brushes, like face cloths, like masks and everything like that as well. Underneath here is all of my tops. I've got my diary and my notebook there. Shoving this back over. Okay, to the lie, that wasn't tops, that was pyjamas. This is all my tops. This wee wash bag, which is good for like swimsuits and stuff. So that's everything that's pretty much in that suitcase. Now this is the bigger case of the two. Excuse, this isn't supposed to be in here. But there's quite a few more things to go in this. I need to put some socks in here, as well as kind of like extra hair stuff. And shoes need to go in. So it's just handy to have everything kind of open in here a wee bit. In these bags that I've kind of got my shoes and everything that I'm taking with me, I have a jacket, my medicine, kind of like the first aid kit, all of my trousers, that's kind of all hair stuff, wee tripod and everything just kind of sitting there, hair straighteners and heatless curlers. This is the bag that I'll be putting all my socks in, and that's kind of like underwear, lingerie, like bras and everything. And then in this one is all of my swim stuff, so that is everything that's in that one. Forgot to add in that inside that one is extra kind of toiletry stuff, so that's kind of all of my body wash. And the other bag was more kind of skincare stuff, so that's kind of the variety that's in there. Now, after a lot of panic and a lot of stress and a lot of changing things about, we finally decided on what we're taking and what we're taking with us and what we're leaving behind. I had decided to leave behind my iPad. I just think that's probably the best idea. Everything is now all packed up to the left of me. I have everything sorted to go. I've got a packing cube with my travel outfit, so this will be sitting there now for the next week until it's time for me to go, which is just, again, doesn't really ever feel real. I've got my travel pillow attached to my bag. I've attached all my luggage tags and everything that I need onto there, and then basically that is everything that needs to be done, which is just, yeah, it's very surreal. It does not feel, I don't think, real yet in the slightest. I have been pretty much vlogging my whole entire week, and I'm currently still in the process of doing that. If you're watching this video after the 27th of April, then you can go check out my last week at home. And if you're watching it before the 27th, you'll have a little bit of time. You have to wait. So feel free to subscribe to the channel to make sure you do not miss any of the upcoming adventures. And also feel free to check out all my social media down linked in the description below, as well as my website. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye! Bye.